All right, so Coach, congratulations on the win. Just give an opening statement on the game, and then we'll have Sunil and Mike ask a couple of questions to you and the girls.
Sure. Well, just a great moment for our program. We've been building towards this since my staff arrived here. So to have this home game and to see the culmination of getting the win is all that much better. It's one thing to get the seed; it's quite another to win the game. So just really proud of our program, proud of our girls, and we just we talk about being tougher, smarter, and together. And I thought that's what we were today. We were the tougher team. We were the smarter team. We were really together. I thought our communication was the best it's been all year, and that really pulled us through. It got a little harried out there at times, and we just kind of stuck together and found our teammates and did some things on the fly. That was a new sideline out of bounds play, getting the ball in. Everybody's looking at me like, what is he saying? But they just were able to do it on their own, and that was just so fun to watch. So we're incredibly proud. We had some alum in the locker room that were here in those early years, and they were just as proud of these guys as if they were in uniform. So that just speaks to our program and speaks to how close our girls are in this program. So a tremendously proud moment for our program.
Congrats, Coach Lane, on the win. Just talk about first having to go without Lizzie Litwinko today. Said averaging double figures, also leading the team in the rebounds. It said inserting Maddie Martin to the lineup. Can you just talk about that first, Coach?
Yeah, Lizzie didn't play today. Yeah, not exactly how you want to go into the tournament, but it's unfortunate, and she just couldn't go today. And just kind of next one up. And Maddie's been here, and she's been through the wars, and I had full confidence that she'd be able to handle this game, and that's exactly what she did. But that's a program to me. Like you're going to have people hurt. We had Ellen out for a game, and Reese hit a really late shot in that game. We've had Kimmy out at games. It's just people are going to be out of games. You've got to be ready to play. It's kind of a coaching cliche over and over. Like, you got to stay ready. But this kid stayed ready all the way to the end. So it was awesome.
Can you just talk about UMass Lowell? UMass Lowell is up 13-7, Coach, and then you make that run, a 7-1 run. Maria, is said with 5 out of the 7 points. Can you just talk about that? That was a pivotal stretch early on, Coach.
Yeah, and they had it was such a weird game where a 5-point lead felt huge. And so, like, the fact that we shrunk that gap down, then took control, at least a little bit of control there for the second quarter, and then being able to extend that lead in the third quarter. Like, we got the 5-point lead. We were able to extend a little bit, and I thought that gave us some confidence, and we just kept attacking. But a huge moment early there, because it was kind of a little bit of a rock fight early, and then eventually our offense got going.
You're up 18-17 at halftime, and then third quarter is for you, Ellen. It's you and Kenneth Squire. I think you guys scored all 16 points. Kenneth had 10. Just talk about the ability to knock shots down from the perimeter as well as driving into the paint.
Yeah, Kenna and I knew that we had to start attacking in the third quarter. They were putting 2 hands on us, and we have been playing together for a couple years, so we work really well together. Kenna was cutting off the drives. I was cutting off Kenna's drives. Everybody was in the right spots, and we were able to put those 16 points together, which really changed momentum and really gave our team energy.
Just talk about the electricity in this building in the WEC here today and playing in front of the home fans here.
Oh, it was awesome. I mean, we expected it to be loud in here. It's our first quarterfinal home game, and Highlander Nation showed up, and we did what we were supposed to do. So.
Okay, Maddie, I have to ask you about starting today. How did that feel? Just talk about that.
Yeah, I just wanted to come in and do what I had to do for the team. I knew what my role was going to be. We expected them to pressure us a lot, and they were pretty persistent with that. But I thought the whole team did a great job of just staying composed, even if we had a turnover here or there, just staying in it, trusting it, and just being able to stay composed under the press.
Coach Lynn, we talked about the lead up to this game as far as what categories you wanted to focus on. I thought points over turnovers, points in the paint. Can you just talk about that? A great defensive effort to, limiting them to 26%, shooting
crazy.
from the field. Just talk about that.
We've been we just haven't had that consistent defensive presence for 40 minutes. We've had some other halves where it was in the teens, and then they came out and scored 30 points or something. And so we just finally kind of broke through. I think the girls did a great job with the scout. Obviously, it's the third time we saw them, so they certainly knew these guys. We played them 3 times in like 5 days, it feels like. So it just, they knew the personnel, they knew how to guard them, they stayed with it. And then those attacks in that third quarter, like we had to get points in the paint. We didn't have a ton on post-ups, but we were really getting some nice drives. My favorite play was, Ellen drove baseline. Kenna was actually posting, and then Kenna kind of, Ellen found Kenna in the paint, and it was just a short little jumper, and that was just basketball. That was our motion, finding a bucket, and the kids did the right things. And like Ellen said, everybody was in the right spots today. So really proud of the team.
Yeah, also second chance opportunities, Coach. I thought, and then talking about players off the bench, Ari has had Lily, Kiana, just talk about them as well, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, it's a team effort, and it's going to be in March. It's been like that all year. We've gone deep. We're going to continue to play deep. That's how we have to play. I thought Key had a good second game against them, and so I think she was comfortable out there defensively, and got a couple offensive rebounds. Lily always is strong off the glass. Aria has been really playing and coming along this year, and had a big 3 for us in the first half, and handled the pressure pretty good. There were a couple hiccups along the way, but really good effort by everybody, and we had a really good week of practice. So I think we were building towards this game.
I know you want to enjoy this win, Coach, but can you just facing the number 1 seed in Maine on Tuesday night?
Yeah. That's the prize that you get, and that's who we have to play. So we don't get to choose that. We did not have a good outing last time. These guys know that, and we at least have that shot at redemption, and we'll be ready to go Tuesday night.
Hey, just go back to Kenna Squire, 14 points, a game high. Just talk about her performance, Coach.
Yeah, she was basically running like sprints in that third quarter. She was just like down, and then she got the ball, then down and backed. There were a lot of down and backs there, but really just she just kind of broke open the game there, and she got her hand on some balls. We talked about deflections in the pregame, and she got enough deflections there, especially in that third quarter. She had to shoot the ball today. She had to be aggressive today because we didn't have Lizzie, and we got her to do that. So that was really nice that she showed up there and really just kind of got us over that hump, gave us that breathing space that we had. We got a 5-point lead, got a 6-point lead. And then, the girls took it home.
First playoff win, I think, since 2012. 15th win of the season. Also the first, playoff win in the Americas. What does it mean, to all 3 of you and, to this program as well as NJIT?
I'll let you guys go first on that one.
I mean, it feels great. Maddie and I have been here for 5 years, and coming in as freshmen, being in the ASA in a really, really competitive conference, and then transitioning into America East. That was one of our goals. I mean, this is what everybody dreams of when March comes. So I mean, it's awesome. It feels so good. I barely have any words because it's just surreal.
Yeah. Walking over to the gym today, me and Ellen were just talking about how much this win would mean for the team and the program and even the school, just having this home playoff game. So we really wanted it more than anything, and I feel like everyone played that way.
It's March, baby. It's fun to win in March. Yeah, we're really happy.
Okay.
Yeah, no. You must have something. You must have.
No, it's okay. I got to give kudos to my fellow media partner here, Sunil. Really asked a lot of questions I prepared, but to go along with what kind of that final question, and obviously, the dream is still alive now. Obviously, you've talked extensively now, the 3 of you, about obviously Maine is the next opponent now, but to kind of really put the exclamation point on what's been an unbelievable chapter in just a short term. Mike, I know it's tough to kind of really, you don't want to be, I know you have the mindset of not really want to look back just yet, but this has been a quick turnaround. At what point do you feel that will digest into your system if it hasn't already? Or maybe you're just at this point, you don't want to worry about it until whenever the season's done here at this point.
Yeah,
so
I don't, it's hard for coaches to, like you said it right. We just don't look back, and we use different words. It's a quick turnaround for you, and it's a slow one for me. But I get that. But that's just where we have to be. We wanted to push this as fast and quickly as we can. You know, I think the biggest thing for me, obviously, that these two were here through it, but also like we just did these last 2 years through whatever we've all been living through. So to build a program is pretty hard, and to build it during COVID was insane. You know, these guys haven't had like a team meal like what that we're normally used to on the road. Like the freshmen had to stay in their rooms last year. You know, like there was no dorm to dorm kind of traffic and all that kind of stuff. So the sisterhood that they built over these last 2 years, and maybe COVID did provide some of that because they couldn't really socialize with anybody else. We were the ones testing, which was awful. But you know, like we could only be in the WEC, and so they stayed here in the WEC last year all the time. You guys wouldn't leave because they knew they.
In the WEC more than we're actually in anywhere else. Yeah.
But if they went back to the dorms, you guys had to be in your rooms.
Yeah.
You know, and here they could be in the WEC, they could be in the weight room, they could be in the gym, and just like they were watching classes, like still in the gym and still together. And like that was something I was aware of. You know, it wasn't like, what are these kids doing? Why are they still here? Like I was like, oh, I get why they're still here. They want to be around each other, and it was just something that was germinating. And again, that the chemistry can't be undervalued. You know, it's just in every team sport, it's what takes you over the top. And these two have done an amazing job of building that chemistry. I asked her to be a big sister. She's a little sister. I mean, you're a big sister. But like, I mean, you just have to like be a leader and bring these guys up and realize all that. So I'll digest it, but this is what we always wanted. So it's not even on a timeline. It's just like, hey, this is what we wanted to get to. We would get to this eventually. We're really happy. You know, not many people are elated that they're ready for an 8-hour bus ride to Maine, but we can't wait to get on that bus and play. So that's what you want to do in March.
One question for Maddie and Ellen. We'll start with Maddie. You know, Maddie, you've gone through, you know, quite an individual journey yourself. You think back to the ACL tears, and to come back just in that light, and now to put your name in the history books here in, obviously, you know, the win that just took place here today. For you, knowing that you've already had to overcome so much, makes it a little bit. I know. Look, I'm biased. I know. I mean, I'm biased, obviously. You know, just because having a front row seat to, you know, all of your careers here at this point. But you know, for you now, just how much has it been a balance of, you know, continuing to enjoy the ride, but also too now you got one win in your back pocket. You want to keep going, right?
Yeah. I mean, I've always said the main reason why I wanted to keep coming back was the chemistry that I had with my teammates. And I always wanted to be able to just kind of end it on my own terms. I didn't want, you know, injury to end my career. And I think any type of adversity, injuries, or, you know, past losses is the reason why me and Ellen were so, you know, emotional after the win, because we want this so badly for us and for the other seniors, Sam and Kimmy, and just for the whole team. So, I mean, today was a great day, obviously.
I told Maddie this morning on the way here, I like literally made her cry on the way to shoot around. Sorry, buddy, but I told her everything happens for a reason. I knew she was meant to play this game, and she played so well. So proud of you.
And Ellen, for you, I know, you know, I remember when you took the court your first year, and obviously, you know, it was quite. I know, and obviously there was some growing pains, and you know, and obviously, you know, you had some mentors on that team. Obviously, Kelly Garino was a big impact. You know, was a big mentor there. You know, there were some of your, you know, some alumni in attendance today. Knowing that now. So you had players that mentored you, and you had the ability now to mentor so many players to say, look, here's the groundwork, here's the opportunity now take it and run with it. Where does that rank, obviously, with all the things you've been able to accomplish here throughout your career?
I mean, looking over and seeing all of our alumni today, like, it was so great. Having taught here from Virginia, Jill, Melena, I don't even know if she was in the States. I don't know where she was. Amari, Danny Funso, even Alana was here. You know, I wouldn't be the leader that I am today without them. They absolutely paved the way for this program, and to see them here supporting all of us, being here for this moment, running into the locker room with us to celebrate the win. I mean, it's surreal. Today is just a day that we'll never forget, and they made it that much more special. So our journey would definitely not have the memories and and all that without those guys.
Keep the ride going. Keep it going up to Maine.
Roll back, baby.
That's right.
Hey, Ellen, you're my mentor.
Good. All right. Thank you, guys.